Hello and welcome to White Glove Reviews. In this video, we're taking a look at another loop through Loop Hero. So in this case, again, if you saw my first video, you got to see the first time through the loop. So what the plan is this time, we have the same setup of cards. And so we'll run through the loop again and see if we can maybe make some progress toward killing the boss. Now, for the purposes of this, I may end up sort of fast forwarding, making it easy so y'all don't necessarily have to sit through the entire thing. Alright, so one thing that's kind of cool is we picked up a treasury first off, and a ring. So those are two easy equips. And we're going to walk around the circle for a while. Yeah, I think I'm probably definitely going to have to fast forward parts of this so I don't subject y'all to like the whole tedious thing of like each time through the loop. And a shield. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to surround this thing with meadows. And maybe I should surround it with meadows and rocks. I don't know. Definitely meadows. The problem is like I want to make sure I have the actual mountain fully prepared and all mountainous, so you know I can take advantage of that aspect of it. Alright, well, I guess I'll just start building the mountain maybe. I'll build a mountain over there and then equip these various goodies. None of them, that one's actually better. Either one's better. I'll go with that one. Looks more woodeny. So, another meadow. We got the battlefield here. So as soon as we finish our loop, we'll get a chest and maybe some, hopefully, much improved loot. Another meadow. What I'm going to do for this particular treasury is I'm going to hold off and see if I can position a treasury right here and sort of, you know, chain them. There's my chest. So maybe we'll get a goodie here. It does indeed look like a goodie. So damage to all 2, regeneration, and very much improved on the hit points. I am a big fan of these battlefields. Especially, it seems like if you position them where you don't have to deal with the ghosts, where the things that die on the battlefields, it does seem to make things a bit easier. And I'm gonna have, I guess what I'll do is I'll have this stretch here, maybe. That's my groves. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip ahead a little bit in the going around the loop, and I'll pick up when something much more interesting happens. Okay, we're now in the middle of loop 5. One thing I wanted to show you that as it's going on, as you can see, I've started building a giant grove thing over here. And I get the impression this is probably a mistake because it looks like my little rat wolves are congregating in one area. So this may or may not turn out to be catastrophically bad. I'm also building a nice happy little alley of spiders over here. And if you notice, what I did is with each of these battlefields, I have them set so they're not overlapping. So they won't spawn, if you have them overlapping, they'll spawn blood fields. And the blood fields actually create little blood spots or something like that. I don't know what they're called. I don't remember what they're called. But they create their own little monster. And the monsters actually drop stuff. But since this is my second loop through, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to kind of take it easy. Now, the thing I did want to mention before, and I mentioned it briefly, is like if you're positioning treasuries, when you position one, you have to position it so there aren't any tiles around it. But what you can do is if you don't finish off, like if you look right here, I didn't finish off the bottom line of tiles underneath this treasury. So what I can do is it allows me to put a treasury right here, and then that way I can have, say, my meadow here count double. And so the meadows count double for there and there. And then what I can do is I can, as soon as I finish this one off, well, I'll just finish it off real quick and show you. I can finish this off and you get the extra cards, and then, you know, it maximizes your use of tiles. So let's see, did I get anything good from this one? Damage to all, magic defense. Yeah, I'll swap that one out. Swap that out. Regen, not as good as my current shield. So anyway, I'm currently on loop 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this run for a little bit more, and we'll pick up when I get closer to getting murdered by the boss. Okay, we are now picking back up at the end of loop 6. Well, we're starting to wrap up loop 6. As you can kind of see right here, I suspect that my natural desire to organize things in a neat way might be punishing me in this game. As you can see, I made a giant, long grove route here. So that might not be the best plan. So one thing I'm going to do, and what happens is, I mentioned it in the previous video about when you fill up this bar, the boss shows up. Now, when the boss shows up, you fight him, and theoretically, I guess you open the next chapter, that kind of thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start laying out tiles to finish this off. And also what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off this. Now, there's kind of I have a diabolical plan for why I'm doing this. I currently have 2 Oblivion cards, right? And the first boss, and I guess spoilers if you want to ignore like the next 15 or 20 seconds, the first boss, if I remember correctly, he puts out little like tiles around him that make him stronger. And so if I have a bunch of Oblivion cards, I should be able to blow these up. Now, another thing is, you probably notice I have a full bar of cards here. What happens is when your bar is full of cards, if you get more cards, what happens is it destroys the ones on the left. And so I don't want to lose any of my Oblivion cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start placing these out, and, you know, hopefully, there you go. Okay, so this triggered the boss. And as you can see, the boss popped up here. It says, it's time to face destiny in this world. And it says Lich's Palace. Every palace increases the Lich's hit points and damage by 5%. And so each of these Lich's Palaces increases his hit points. So if I destroy some of these, I should be able to reduce his hit points. And maybe make it so I can actually, you know, survive this particular fight. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to finish out these 2 things over here. Now, I mentioned before about the positioning of these. As you can see, I have 2 of these right near each other. And so if I put a meadow right here, what'll happen is it'll complete both of these and give me a bunch more cards. And ideally, that also might have given me some extra goodies. So let's see. I think I'm going to keep my regeneration and anything else. I was thinking I might try to load up on vampirism, but I also might just, you know, suck it up and eat it and see if I survive. Now, another thing that might be worth noting here is what I'm going to do, because I'm curious about this and I didn't test it. I'm going to set this so it's going to stop when I get to the campsite. And I'm curious to see if it gives me the option of retreating before I fight the boss. Now, I'm going to suck it up and fight the boss and probably get killed by him, but what the heck. I'm going to see what happens. And then we'll see where we stand after this particular loop through. So, as you can see, I engineered it so I have a lot of little wolfies. What are these things? Rat wolves. I have a lot of rat wolves. And I guess if you want to organize things as I did with like giant rows of groves, I guess that's a thing, but I don't know if that's necessarily the best option. Alright, so magic damage to all. So this is a pretty good sword. So let's see. 18 to 28. I think I'm going to see what happens when I... Oh man, +6 to defense though is probably... screw it. Alright, so I go from 18 to 28 to 36 to 54. So that's noticeable damage. Hit points versus regeneration. Anything else here? Damaged all? No. I kind of would like maybe to load up on Vampirism. I do have some pretty high regeneration rings. Well, at least I'm making pretty short work of the wolf. So, when the day passes. So I'm gonna... The problem is, like, I don't want to necessarily throw out all these things in case I get a treasury. But, what the heck, we'll see. So I seem to be doing okay, and what we should see is as these wolves die, you'll notice these cards disappear over here as soon as I get another card or two. Well, as soon as I get more than one card, I guess. So, we kill this wolf, we get a card maybe? No card. They just don't want to give me a card now to show y'all what happens. They are denying me cards. Damage. Yeah. Oh well, doesn't help. Alright, the skeletons are from the cemeteries that I put out. I don't think y'all got to see them before. That may be a better shield. Vampirism 12% versus magic damage 11. And that's much more defense. We'll keep an eye on that shield. So this one, regeneration, evasion, and defense. I'm going to keep this one on top. I'll keep this one right there. In case maybe it improves somehow. I don't know. Vampirism versus attack speed and evasion. It makes me nervous to get rid of... Okay, that's vampirism. So I can get some vampirism as opposed to regeneration. And magic damage. It'd be really nice to get like a lot of vampirism. Like right now I have 12% vampirism from my shield. So I'll lose that and replace it with 8% vampirism, which isn't ideal. Hopefully one of these things will give me a card so y'all can see that the cards disappear off the side. I guess it's just not going to do it. Okay. This did answer a big question I had. So if you get to the end and you don't want to fight the boss and you want to run like a little coward, which I am seriously thinking about doing, you can. So just have the little auto button, the auto return to camp, and it'll let you escape before you fight the boss, which is good to know. But I'm going to suck it up and fight the boss and probably get killed and see what happens. So I'm going to stay and fight the boss. And a lot of words, a bunch of stuff about the boss. Alright, so here's the question. The boss, I wanted to look and see. So vampirism and vampirism. So this gives me a little bit of evasion. I guess I'll pick up the vampirism from that. And then the question, I guess, is I'm sitting at 20% vampirism. And is that going to be enough healing? So if I have 20% vampirism, I should get back maybe 8 points a hit on average, something like that. The defense goes to 20 from 17, and I get magic damage. I don't think I have any other magic damage. Defense is 22. No vampirism, no vampirism, no vampirism. So, yeah, I'm probably just going to get killed on this one. But what the heck, we'll see what happens. Maybe I can make it. Maybe I'm not going to make it. Doesn't look good. Looks like I'm going to get super killed by this guy. Maybe? Yeah, I'm getting killed. Alright, come on, you can do it, little guy. Little girl. I don't know. I didn't read any of the words, so I don't really know anything about my hero. But I'm pretty sure my hero is about to be dead. Alright. Come on, get lucky and kill him. You can do it. You can do it. Holy crap, I did it. That was surprising. I was fully expecting to die for that. Alright. So anyway, neat surprise. So, blah, blah, blah. A bunch of things happen. There's some words. I don't know. There's a lot of words. So, your reward. I get a bunch of resources. Yay. So, I guess the question is, do I stay or do I go? I'm guessing I'm going to retreat. Let's see. The boss has been defeated, but your journey doesn't have to end. You can retreat to camp with all your... But remember, your world will forget about all your deeds. It always forgets. Alright, so retreat with all my resources. I could decide to stay and go through 1 or 2 more times. I think I'm going to retreat for this one. So if we retreat, let's see what happens. Everybody listen, the Lich is dead, etc. Bunch of words, bunch of talking. Okay, no one cares. Alright, let's see what we can build. So we can build a refuge. Unlocks the new class Rogue. Alright, so you can build a Rogue. Let's see. Unlocks the ability to gain special traits after killing monsters in expeditions. So that's the Gymnasium. I'm guessing it unlocks a village card. And so Herbalist Hut. Potion heals 4% of max. You can take up to 3 potions with you. 2 potions are refilled at the camp. Unlock swamp cards. And Smithy. Lets you start an expedition with basic warrior's gear. Unlocks the ability to craft tools for the camp if the supply depot is built. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do... I'm guessing that this whole special traits thing is how you get the experience. I didn't actually notice it before. So the question is, can I build both of these? I have 16 wood. So I've got stable wood. So this takes wood. This takes wood. Takes rocks. I got a bunch of rocks. And it takes this thing, which I guess is food. And this one takes the little blue, this thing. So it looks like I'm limited by wood. So I'm going to build a gymnasium, and I'll put it right here. So that's how it works. Instead of remembering, you can just learn it. Nice trick. All right, anyway, bunch more words. No one cares. So I can still, I can't build a smithy now, but I can build an herbalist hut. So I think I build the herbalist hut, unlocks the swamp card. All right, so I'll build my herbalist hut. And I want to just make kind of a central thing here. A miracle that we can find some fertile soil. A bunch more words. No one cares. All right. So, can I build anything else? No. I cannot build anything else. Need some more rocks. All right. So, let's go to the expedition. So, I unlocked a chapter 2. So, let's look at the cards. All right. So, I added a village, a swamp, chrono crystals, doubles the effect of days adjacent passing on tiles, village, and swamp. Alright, so I would say for loop 2, this has been pretty interesting. So I think I'll call this the end of this video, and we'll try again, or we'll continue in loop 3 and see what happens. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I hope y'all have an excellent day.